Chongqing's 8D Magic City, the city where roads overlap in crazy ways. So have you ever seen a city quite like this one before? Highways that go above and under other highways, buildings with multiple entrances on different floors, streets that don't seem to connect. Welcome to Chongqing, China's 8D Magic City. In today's video, we'll explore how Chongqing looks like another world. We'll uncover the secrets behind these crazy road designs. And we'll show you what it's really like to get around this vertical megacity. If you're not familiar with Chongqing yet, get ready to be amazed. This is a megacity that defies expectations. The towering skyscrapers seem to rise out of thin air from the mountaintops. Winding highways carve their way through the urban jungle, while sparkling bridges connect the city's different layers. All of this is reflected in the Yangtze and Jialing rivers that flow majestically through the heart of the metropolis. The result is a breathtaking panorama that seems almost surreal, like something out of a science fiction movie. If you look closely, though, you can see the ingenuity that went into making Chongqing livable. The city's unique geography presented many challenges, but the engineers and planners were able to turn them into opportunities. Take, for example, the hilly terrain and steep river banks. Instead of trying to level everything, they decided to build on the slopes. This meant creating multi-layered roads and buildings that wind around each other. The result is a city that seems to defy gravity, a place where streets are stacked on top of each other like layers in a layer cake. That's where the 8D nickname comes from. The roads crisscross and climb in all directions. One of the most famous examples of this is the Huangzhuan overpass. This massive structure has more than 20 ramps, 5 levels, and connects 8 directions. Drivers joke that their GPS can't keep up with the ever-changing routes. But this complexity is what makes Huangzhuan so impressive. It's a feat of engineering that allows Chongqing to handle traffic for millions of people. The overpass was designed to be a flexible system that could adapt to the city's growth. It also incorporates soundproofing measures and green spaces to minimize noise and air pollution. And it's not just functional, it's also a work of art. The graceful curves and sweeping vistas make it one of the most photographed structures in Chongqing. Have you seen those videos where people follow GPS directions and end up going around in circles? Well, that's not just because the drivers are bad. Sometimes the roads themselves are to blame. In Chongqing, you never know where a street might take you. You could be driving along and suddenly find yourself at the top of a hill overlooking the entire city. Or you could be navigating through a maze of narrow lanes only to emerge onto a wide boulevard. But it's not just the roads that defy expectations. The city's public transportation is just as impressive. Take the Liziba monorail station, for example. This is a train station where the tracks literally go through a residential building. Can you imagine getting off on the 3rd floor and walking right into your apartment? It sounds crazy, but it's actually safer and more convenient than it looks. Engineers chose this design instead of demolishing the existing buildings because it would have been too expensive and disruptive. So they simply built around it. The result is a unique piece of architecture that has become a tourist attraction in itself. Soundproofing measures ensure that the noise of the passing trains doesn't disturb the residents, while the station's glass walls provide an unexpected surprise for commuters. Speaking of commuters, let's talk about the people who call Chongqing home. For them, daily life is like navigating a real-life maze. They reused to taking escalators between different levels of the city and using cable cars to cross the ravines, but they wouldn't trade it for the world. After all, it's part of what makes Chongqing so special. It's a place where tradition and modernity collide, where old buildings stand side by side with new skyscrapers. Now let's take a closer look at some of Chongqing's most iconic landmarks. First up is Hongyadong. This is a cluster of stilt houses that cling to the hillside along the Yangtze River. At night, the buildings are lit up in a riot of colors, giving the area a cyberpunk feel that's straight out of Blade Runner. But it's not just the futuristic vibe that makes Hongyadong so popular. It's also a great place to sample some of Chongqing's famous street food. From sizzling hot pot to spicy noodles, there's something for everyone here. Another must-see destination is the Yangtze River Cableway. This is a funicular railway that takes passengers across the river to the opposite bank. As the cable car ascends, it offers stunning views of the city's skyline and the winding ribbon of the river below. It's a great way to get a bird's eye view of Chongqing's unique geography. And let's not forget about the Kaohsiunman Bridge. This is a cable-stayed bridge that spans the Yangtze River and connects Chongqing to the city of Yibin. At night, the bridge is illuminated with a dazzling display of lights that add to the city's futuristic atmosphere. If you want to learn more about Chongqing's history and culture, you can visit the Dazu rock carvings. This UNESCO World Heritage Site features thousands of sculptures and reliefs that date back to the 9th century. It's a fascinating glimpse into China's rich cultural heritage, and if you're looking for something more relaxing, you can head to the Chikiku ancient town. This well-preserved historic district is known for its traditional Chinese architecture and its lively atmosphere. Stroll along the cobblestone streets, admire the ornate temples, and enjoy some tea in a cozy courtyard. But perhaps the best way to experience Chongqing is to simply get lost in its winding alleys and hidden courtyards. You never know what you might discover around the next corner. Maybe you'll stumble upon a peaceful garden, a bustling night market, or a quiet tea house. With its chaotic beauty and endless surprises, Chongqing is a city that will stay with you long after you've left. We've taken you on a whirlwind tour of Chongqing, China's 8D magic city. We've explored its mind-bending roads, jaw-dropping landmarks, and mouth-watering cuisine. Now it's time for you to take the wheel. What are your thoughts on Chongqing's unique geography and innovative solutions? Would you dare to drive through its chaotic streets or take the train through a building?